One of the amazing things about having a hobby and a channel like this is getting to explore projects you never even anticipated. The Gen1Recomp project dropped recently and I had no idea what it was until I explored it deeper, and I am genuinely shocked at how much I enjoyed it. Here are my honest first impressions. So first of all, what is it? Gen1Recomp is a fan-made recreation of Pokémon Red, Blue, and finally Yellow support has been added too. I'm not going to sit here and explain exactly what decomps and recomp projects are because there are plenty of other channels that do that much better than I could. What I will say is credit where credit is due to the developer BryanThaBoi, because what they have built here has some genuine advantages that matter to us in practice. Because this is a full recreation rather than traditional emulation, it runs natively across Windows, Mac, Linux, Android and iOS out of the box with no complicated setup. It also opens the door to proper mod support and graphics enhancements in a way that standard emulation simply does not allow for. And because no copyrighted assets are used or stored, this is one of those projects that feels like it is here to stay, which is genuinely refreshing for anyone who's always wanted to enjoy something like this, but always felt a bit uneasy about it. That foundation is why everything I'm about to describe is even possible. The experience. This is where it genuinely gets interesting for me personally. I have actually played parts of this on my phone's cover screen, my actual flip phone cover screen, only 1 or 2 inches wide, Pokémon Red running on a tiny little external display in my pocket between breaks at work. And bear in mind, this is not just Pokémon Red, this is Pokémon Red with full enhancements, modern quality of life features, graphical enhancements. That alone tells you something about how accessible this project really is. It just works wherever you point it. Controller support is built in as well, so if you want to sit down and play this on your TV via a streaming stick, a laptop or a handheld plugged into the display, that's a completely viable option if you want the couch experience. The 3D Voxel Mod in particular looks genuinely stunning on a bigger screen, but looks lovely on a small screen too. It sounds like it should not work, but it absolutely does. It gives the game a hybrid look that you've probably seen in all the pictures and footage floating around, somewhere between a modern 3D game and also the colour palette of gold, silver and crystal with their art style too, and it strikes this perfectly balanced mix of nostalgia and freshness. And this is the thing about nostalgia with Generation 1. When you remember something, you tend to remember it better than it actually was. And when you go back to the original black and white game with no fast forward or quality of life features, it can be quite jarring. Getting to experience Kanto through this voxel mod with the angles and the colour and the 3D structure, it just feels incredible. I've seen some people that don't like it online, and you're fully entitled to your opinion. For me personally, it breathes a breath of fresh air into this game, and I love it. Whether you're at home or commuting, or on a break, or grabbing whatever gaps your day gives you, there is a version of this that works for everyone. On your phone, on the cover screen, on your laptop, on your desktop, on your Steam Deck or Steam machine, you can play this on almost anything, and that kind of flexibility is genuinely rare. The mods. The mod support is already impressive given how recently this launched, and a few of them have genuinely changed how the game feels to play. The box mod brings Generation 3 style PC boxes and the system to replace the original Generation 1 storage. That sounds like a small thing until you're actually using it and realize how much the original system got in the way. A properly organized box layout makes team management feel modern without touching anything about the core game. The XP share is a quality of life addition that will divide people, but if you've been watching my videos, you know personally I appreciate it, especially as someone playing in short bursts rather than long sessions. Generation 1 grinding is brutal, and having the option to distribute experience across your team makes the game far more manageable without removing the challenge of the battles themselves. But here is what makes this project genuinely special. If you don't want the experience share, you don't have to use it. Every mod can be enabled or disabled at any time, and you can even have multiple save files running different setups. For me personally, if I'm squeezing in 20 minutes between on-calls, the XP share is going on. If I have a stretch of leave and want the authentic Generation 1 experience, I can turn it off and do a completely different run. That level of control is something that even the best ROM hacks cannot always offer, because ultimately you are at the mercy of whatever the creator decided to include or whatever the limitations are of the game engine. Here you are in full control. It also means this project sidesteps one of the most frustrating things about ROM hacks. There are some games I have genuinely wanted to complete but could not get through because I enjoyed some features but not others. A great example of this is Pokémon Garbage Gold Deluxe, a Heart Gold hack with an incredible story and stunning graphics that I just cannot finish because of the Nuzlocke format and level caps. With Generation 1 Recomp, that problem does not exist. You choose exactly what you install and what you do not. If you want the XP share, add it in. If you want the Nuzlocke experience, add it in. If you want the Voxel Mod, add it in. If you want all of those, add them in. If you want some but not others, you can add them. If you add them and change your mind, you can change it. You can do literally whatever you want. Reusable TMs are also available as a mod, and I would highly recommend it. Losing a TM after one use in the original games always felt like an arbitrary restriction, and removing it here just makes the experience more enjoyable without breaking anything. I've also been able to enable the Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu sounds in the game, which is incredible when you think about it. Generation 1 gameplay with Generation 7 and 8 audio, the scope of what this project can do is remarkable. And don't worry, if you're not a fan of Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu sounds, you can also add Fire Red and Leaf Green, or even just use the original sounds. The caveats. I want to be honest here because this is an initial thoughts video, and I'm also honest in all my videos, and this is not a full review. But I will say this is not a fully polished product yet. There are some graphical issues. Entering new areas can produce visual glitches. Modifying the zoom in and out can also do this. Battles in particular can have some rough edges worth mentioning. Running several mods at once can compound these issues. If you're going in expecting a completely smooth experience, you may come away a little bit disappointed. That said, Generation 1 did not exactly have stunning visuals to begin with, so even if there are one or two bugs along the way, it really isn't a deal breaker in the grand scheme of things, and I haven't found any game-breaking graphical issues yet, or problems where there's something on screen or preventing me from progressing in the game. This is early days. The foundation of the product is exceptional, but it needs more time in development before it can be called truly polished. Go in with realistic expectations, enjoy what it already offers, and give the developers time to keep building on it. My initial verdict. For what it is right now, Generation 1 Recomp is already one of the most exciting things to happen in the Pokemon fan community in recent memory. The flexibility to play anywhere, the controller and TV support, the multiple platform support, the rapidly growing mod ecosystem, and the quality of life improvements that make Generation 1 feel genuinely modern, all of it adds up to something special. Is it perfect? No. But is anything perfect? Also no. Is it worth trying out? Yes, absolutely, without hesitation, even now when it's not fully polished. Here is the thing I keep coming back to. With the right mods, the right setup, and the right screen in front of you, this might actually be the definitive way to experience the original Pokemon games. Better than Fire Red and Leaf Green, better than the 3DS Virtual Console, better than Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, and let's be honest, better than anything official Nintendo has given us access to in years. Whether it fully earns the title as the definitive Kanto experience is something I want to spend more time on before I say my final opinion. A full review is on the way if you guys are interested, but right now my gut says we might be looking at the definitive Generation 1 experience and possibly the definitive Kanto experience full stop. Let me know in the comments what you think, whether you've tried it or not, and whether you prefer the original pixel art or the 3D mods. I'll see you in the next one.